Hey, welcome back to another vlog. We have more trade show prep to do. We are in crunch time. Like, truly, the market is next weekend, next Sunday. I'm saying Sunday. Next week, I'm gonna say this week. Where's July gone? That's my biggest question. Anyway, a few life updates for you guys to start off the vlog. Just get cozy, get a drink, get a snack. I don't know. I'm really chatty, so you know you're gonna be listening to me. Yeah. Anyway, buckle on in. Updates. Number one, we had an interview last week. Did I get a second interview? I did. I said that in the vlog, but I had my second interview for that place yesterday. I also had another interview for a different place yesterday. So I had two back-to-back interviews. I really just wanted to like throw myself into the deep end and like not have to think about it. Then I toured an apartment, which I am not gonna put an offer in on. It wasn't the one, but on an offer application. I'm not buying an apartment, I'm renting it. Yesterday was really busy with like life admin stuff. I'm basically trying to look for a job because financially my business is not taking off the way that I had always hoped it would if I really put all of my eggs into that basket and try to do it. And it's not working. So I need to pivot. I need to be financially responsible and smart. And I'm getting really warm talking about this. I feel my body getting stressed. So yeah, that's why I've been interviewing for jobs and like looking for jobs, if that is like you are wondering why I'm doing that. And then another update, my roommate got kittens. Let me introduce you to them. That could be a fun way to start off the vlog. Dun 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 dun. This is midnight. Names are gonna be changing, but we have one kitty here, 14 weeks old. And then we have her sister right here, Callie. Again, names are subject to change. They're both 14 weeks old. They're very young, little baby girls, but they're so stinking cute. I mean, look at this little face. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? She's a little bit bitey in comparison to Midnight, but she's still so sweet. I guess it's nap time for both of them because they've gone to their respective places to sleep. Oh, say hi. She's just giving you guys a little sniff test, making sure you're... Oh, now she wants to... Oh, she's grabbed onto the camera. Okay, yep, let's let go. Okay, thank you. But yeah, I have two new roommates for the time being before I move out. They're very cute and very, like, they're honestly the perfect type of cat. Amanda, my roommate, and I have been talking about that a lot, where they're so friendly and they're pretty low maintenance. Like, they usually just sleep all day. They do occasionally obviously get the zoomies and want to play and everything, and they can be a bit scratchy and bitey, but like, they're so friendly. And I think the reason why I've always been turned off by the idea of getting a cat is that you never know what you're gonna get. Like, it's the same with a dog, really. Just be a little bit sad to not have a cuddly cat, to not have one that wants to like be around me. I've met a lot of cats that have been like really scared of humans. So these two girls, they are not afraid. They love cuddling. They love coming up to you, saying hi. So yeah, that's been a really fun development this week, is meeting those two girls. I had my sister's bachelorette trip this past weekend, which was also super fun. Everybody loved their hand embroidered beaded tops and the gift bag. So checked off my list. But yeah, it was a really nice weekend. Good to get out of the city. Weather was honestly really nice up there and it wasn't too hot. But other than those little life updates, let's move on to what we're actually doing for this vlog, which is trade show market prep, vlog number 3. Like I always say, everything happens all at once. I feel like I'm looking for a new apartment, I'm finding a new job, I have this trade show coming up, and then this week I got 2 wholesale orders that were like 300 plus cards that I need to print, cut, fold, all of that stuff. I've been a little bit stressed. Today I was cooking with those cards. Oh, we've got a little kitty cat in my room with me now. Yeah, I was like really trying to just pump out these orders, and now I can fully put my brain back onto trade show. And I have a couple of developments for you guys. Postcard and wholesale catalog both arrived this past week. Hi, kitty. You wanted to come and say hi and sit with me? In this box lies the wholesale catalog and the cute little postcard we were talking about in last vlog. This obviously is exactly the same as I showed you on the screen, but this is just the physical copy of it. It's matte on the back side with all of the information about my business. Here, it's glossy on the front. So I think that's really nice. A nice little touch. Are you intrigued? Oh! But yeah, I'm really happy with how these turned out. I think that these will be a good little just like quick takeaway item for all of the wholesale clients. The big kahuna, the wholesale catalog, has arrived. Now again, I have showed you guys a couple of times on the actual screen what it was going to look like, but look at this. It's a full-on book. Are you kidding me? It turned out so well. We have the back with all of my information. I love the picture that I took. It looks so professional and so cute. Can you believe I made this? I can't. It is basically 32 pages, including the front cover and the back cover. Essentially, you open her up and it goes to that front page about all about me. Oh, kitty jumped behind me. You go on to the contents page and then it moves on to the greeting cards. This is just me showing you the physical version, but yeah, basically you have all of these ow! My God, ow! Why are you putting your claws up my butthole, girl? What you doing? Are we beefing? Did I not know we were beefing? She wanted to be the star of the show. Okay. If you want to just sit on my lap and be nice, you can do that. Back to the wholesale catalog. It's essentially just a bunch of pages of my greeting cards. I honestly am so proud of this, and to have a physical copy of something that kind of brings everything that I have created into one booklet is so surreal to see. And I hope that wholesale clients like the way that I have customized this booklet and to my branding and everything. I feel like it has all of the pink, you know, that is smart art, that is my branding. I think my favorite pages are the ones that I did the little flat lays on my pink cardstock over there. I think that it just looks so professional and so cute. That's exactly what the front cover also has here. I hope that it gets me some orders, I don't know. Yeah, it also came in this more kind of glossy-ish, nice feeling paper. I would not have been able to replicate this at home, so I'm really happy that I did get them printed. I will put up the name of the place that I got them printed here, and I'll also put it down in the description below, the link for the place that I got these printed, because honestly, it's called Mix'em, and it was the cheapest place that I could find to print booklets in bulk. I feel like when I was looking on Vistaprint and all those other places, it was gonna cost a lot per booklet. It was still a lot. It was still like $300 for 120 booklets, but honestly, when it comes down to the price per booklet, it was so much cheaper than so many other places. That is just a quick little update on those two things that we've seen digitally, physically in front of me now to show you and flip through and touch and feel. Crazy. And now we move on to table setup. Last vlog, we did kind of a mock setup. It wasn't the best. I did it half-heartedly. I just kind of wanted to measure out how much space I had to see if I could fit both of my card displays and then my art prints. We realized that I needed to figure out a better way to display my art prints and also my bookmarks. So I have a couple of things coming today and tomorrow, but one thing I've decided as well, I think what I need to do for my table is I'm gonna have those two card displays like we talked about in the last vlog. That gives me 18 cards facing outright to the customer. I'm gonna have a couple of those little card stands as well, but then I'm gonna have one of these crates out in the table as well. And what we need to do now is create a little bit of a cardstock divider in between each section of cards. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna have one of these. It's gonna be a little bit more full, but I basically am just gonna put one of each design in here so that whoever comes to my booth can kind of just flip through. So what I need to do is, I'm just gonna use my planner as an example. It's not gonna be as high as this, but what I wanna do is put something like this in between the different cards, and it's gonna say food designs, birthday cards, whatever, so that they can quickly gravitate towards whichever section they wanna go through. I'm thinking of having a holiday section so that they could go through all of my holiday cards. And yeah, I feel like that just kind of streamlines things as well. When I was first initially doing my table setup in my brain, just trying to figure out how I was gonna put everything out, I was like, how am I gonna put all of my designs out facing forward to everybody? And I realized I don't need to do that. If I had a full booth like other people at this market or this trade show where they have literal walls and you could probably just stick all of the cards up on the walls, I'd be able to do that. But because I don't, this is my first time at the trade show, I'm in the incubator section, I don't need to force myself to try to figure out how to put 100 card designs facing outward to everybody. So I think that kind of solves that issue right there, is having something that they could flip through. And they also have my wholesale catalog that they could flip through as well. And then yeah, when I get everything that I ordered from Amazon, we can do another mock table setup together and see how that all looks. It is the next day and I have a haul for you guys. I have one more thing arriving today for my bookmarks, but other than that, everything else arrived. So let's give you a little haul, shall we? Good morning. They like to play with my hair or anything that dangles really, so I always have to be a little bit careful around them. Number one, what arrived? Hey, this arrived. My new art print display holder. It's essentially just a dish rack holder that is on a slant. So it came like this. I had to put it together. It's not that difficult. It was just a bit annoying to get the wooden pieces to actually slide into place and stay. But I think that this will work perfectly on my table because since there's a height difference, they're gonna easily be able to like pick one up, put it back down. And yeah, and you can kind of just see that all the different designs there. I think because I have one of these that I'm gonna keep upright, that I'll be able to put another one in front of it like this. We'll have to test it out to see if the top one covers this one a little too much, but I think it should be okay. Number two, I finally got myself a new tripod for my camera and my iPhone. I was using another one before that wasn't necessarily bad, it just wasn't the most secure and it was very top heavy, so I couldn't do an angle like this where my phone would be like tilted, if that makes sense. So I'm really excited about this. I'll link everything I got down below. I feel like this will probably make things a little bit easier for me with a new tripod. And then lastly, I got these, can you see it? I got these little card displays. Tell me why I thought this was gonna be so much bigger. It is literally, can you see the size? It's tiny. I thought they were gonna be so much bigger. So I opened the pack and it came like tiny like this and I went, hang on a second, these are tiny. But I think it'll still work. So for example, if I put it down like that, it's able to hold my 4x6 art print display pretty well. This is the card version of that art print, but yeah, I think it still works. Oh, gotcha. I feel like it pretty much does its job. I think what I'm hoping for is to have them horizontal because I don't have any of my horizontal cards on display currently with my like card display that I have that I've showed you. If Miss Midnight would move out of the way, she also keeps biting the end of my card, so I have to be really careful about keeping those around them because they'll eat them. But I'd say that this is really what's gonna bring my table more to life is the new art print display and then these card ones. I am hoping that that bookmark display that I got arrives today and then that way we can do a full mock table setup maybe. But I do have a friend coming over today to help me go through my closet and everything because I am moving in like the next month. So I really need to start decluttering my life and I feel like there are definitely things in my closet that I can get rid of. I feel like having a friend here makes it a bit more fun. You can try on all your clothes, they can give you their real opinions about them. And my friend Jamie, I know, hey girl, I know you're watching, #1 fan. I know she'll give me her opinion, you know? She'll tell me if it looks good or if it looks bad. I can count on her to be honest, and that's what you need in situations like this, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna open my door all the way because the cats like to go in, but look how doom and gloom and scary that looks. It's scary in there. But yeah, this morning I have these 2 boxes to take with me to the West Village for that big wholesale order that I was packing up. So I need to bring those over. It won't take me too long, maybe like an hour round trip. Let's set this table up. This is what I'm thinking now for the actual final table setup, minus the bookmarks. I think that the bookmark display is arriving today, like I said, but I'm feeling pretty good about the new art print display because I feel like it just looks so much more professional and a little bit easier for people to see exactly how many designs I have to offer, I'm gonna put all of the 8x10 designs on this thing because I just think it fits it better. And then I'll put in the front like the smaller sizes, because basically the table is 47 inches by 47 inches, so it is a square. So I do have more than what this table is giving me depth wise. I just don't have a table that deep, so I wanted to see lengthwise how much I could fit first. So a little bit more of an up close and personal look. Again, yeah, table will be deeper so I could fit more stuff in the front here. But I'm thinking what I will do is continue to keep my stickers in this display here. I think this is pretty good. You can kind of tell that I have a lot to offer. We have all of my cards here, the newest update of my art print display. I do think that having all of these back displays raised up really does help, because in that way you can have things in front of it. Like, you would think that this is pretty much just one continuous tier, but it's because I have it raised up higher. And then I'm thinking I'm going to put bookmarks right here. I just have to make sure that the display that I got, it won't be impeding on these cards too much. I like having the pink tablecloth covering the crates underneath. I think the last time I did this, I just felt like all of the crates looked a little bit like craft market and not professional trade show, you know? So I'm glad that I'm going to be covering those. What I will do, I think, before I put these on, I'm gonna put my table banner that I showed you in the last vlog so that I have my small art hanging down here. The only other thing I'm thinking of for my art print display is maybe I will just do, because it will be deeper, I'm thinking in front I will have them kind of laid out next to each other so they can see the different sizes, but that will be in front of the display here. What do you guys think? Do you feel like this is a better setup than the first one I showed you? It's looking a little more finalized. I'm feeling pretty good, guys. I feel like this is it. I think I'm just gonna double check that it is actually like 47 inches by 47 inches and that I didn't just completely make up that number in my head. I've checked it multiple times, but like, you know when you're doing something and you're like, is this wrong? Am I doing something wrong? And that's how I feel about the size of the table that I'm getting. I'm gonna ask my Instagram now. I'm gonna post a story showing the table setup and see what everybody thinks. If you wanna follow me on my Instagram, I'll leave it up right here. I leave more like, you know, real time behind the scenes stuff there. And I'm almost at 2,000 followers over there. I'm at like 1,600 and something, so I'm slowly getting to 2,000, and I would love to have more people in my little corner of the internet, you know, creating a little cutie little community. So follow me if you want to, no pressure. Right after I filmed that clip, I got an email saying that I did not get the position that I had the 2 interviews for. So I'm feeling a little, I wouldn't say I'm like super upset about it. I do feel quite disappointed because, I don't know, you don't want to ever get rejected from a job, and I felt like I was a really good fit for this one, and so I was really excited about it. So I'm definitely disappointed. I wouldn't say I'm like heartbroken, but I know, but there's a little bit of a sting there, so I might cry about it later. Might cry about it now. Guys, living in New York City is hard, let me tell you. Trying to run a business, trying to get a job, trying to find a new apartment, everything's happening at once. So if this trade show doesn't go well, you won't hear from me for a while. That's for sure. That is for sure. It's been a few hours, but my bookmark display has arrived. It actually fits pretty perfectly for like height wise. It doesn't cover the cards above here, but it just helps me put them all like this, and it's perfect. So I think that's great. There is a lot of like negative space, I feel like, in between the stickers and the bookmarks. So I feel like having my business cards probably like in between these two will make it feel a little less sporadic. But yeah, I think honestly, like, this is gonna be pretty much the final table design. I feel pretty content with it, except for maybe that little gap there. I'm gonna link that down below because this is gonna be great for just markets in general, to be able to have them. They fit perfectly in here. It looks really nice. The next time you guys see the table will actually be at the actual trade show itself. I don't think I'm gonna do this layout again at home since I kind of have a good idea. I'm probably gonna take a picture of it so that when we get to the market, I have a good reference of what I was really trying to accomplish. But my friend Jamie did come, we had some good gossiping, and we went through my closet, and guys, I feel so much lighter because this whole trash bag is full of clothes, and then this pile here is going to be to sell, or like to try to sell. This is my maybe pile. There's like 3 things on there. I should have done a before video, but you can see how many hangers there are empty now, and like look at that. It does go back a little bit, but ultimately I got rid of a lot of stuff, and so I feel so much better. My closet is still pretty chaotic in general, like I have so much stuff up here and down below, but clothing wise I feel so much lighter. We didn't go through my chest of drawers because I feel like I'm gonna keep pretty much everything in those drawers just to get rid of all of that stuff. It would have made no sense, so I'm really happy with how that all turned out. But yeah, I feel pretty good about all of the trade show prep. I think the last thing I really need to do is probably just come up with a cheat sheet for my dad so he feels really prepared for the actual trade show, since he's gonna be pretty much like the main person with me at the show. The next vlog is gonna be fully trade show vlog. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this very last trade show prep vlog. I know it's kind of been samey in the sense that I've like talked about my wholesale catalog in every single one of them, but I hope that, you know, my life updates and just like other things in these vlogs have made them feel a bit different and interesting. And ultimately I do want to grow on YouTube. That is my #1 goal. But the other side of it is that I love filming these moments in my life and watching them back and like being able to see what I was really like thinking and feeling in those moments, because it's just a really nice sort of like video diary to keep for myself. I will see you guys when the trade show is done. Oh my god. I am going to cuddle with the girlies if they stop fighting and take down my table setup in the kitchen before my roommate gets home, because we gotta eat dinner on there. We gotta just have a regular table, can't keep that up. But I really appreciate you watching and sticking around and showing me any support by liking, commenting, or subscribing. It really does mean a lot to me. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.